In this video, I'm going to show you why high blood pressure is called the silent killer and how you could be one-way trip to a heart attack and not even know it. Well, after this video, you'll know exactly how blood pressure works and how to get it to levels in your life that are unsustainable. My name is Aaron Morton, host of Time-Strapped Health, giving busy professionals and entrepreneurs like you a way to optimize health while you create success. In this video, I share why high blood pressure is called the silent killer and how it can cause chaos in your life as a busy professional or entrepreneur. And near the end, I share a common lifestyle factors that cause high blood pressure. Stick to the end to see if you have a lot of these traits in your life. Now be sure to like and subscribe to this channel to ensure you don't miss out on a single video that I share with you. A common experience I have when I see new clients is when I take their blood pressure. Despite a blood pressure monitor being relatively low cost, it is not something many busy professionals or entrepreneurs do on a regular basis. Despite the new clients saying they are relatively healthy, they are shocked when they see how high their blood pressure is. It doesn't surprise me though. You could be happily going about your life and not even realize you have high blood pressure. According to the World Health Organization, an estimated 1.2 billion adults aged between 30 and 79 years old worldwide have hypertension, which is a clinical term for high blood pressure. Not just that, an estimated 46% of adults with hypertension are unaware that they have the condition. So it is no surprise that hypertension is a major cause of premature death worldwide. In this series of videos, I share how to treat blood pressure naturally, as in the things you could try before taking medication or even whilst taking medication. But first, in order to see how to treat high blood pressure, it is important to highlight how you ended up with high blood pressure. Before I do that, be sure to like and subscribe to my channel, where I share all the tools and tactics you need as a busy professional or entrepreneur to build sustainable health whilst developing your career. Your heart is linked to a series of circulatory system with blood vessels called arteries and veins. Your arteries and veins are connected by even smaller blood vessels called capillaries. Every second of the day, from the moment you are born to the moment you die, your heart is pumping blood around the body. With each heartbeat, a force is generated as blood is pumped from the heart into blood vessels. Each time your heart beats, so contracts and then relaxes, pressure is created inside the arteries. Something that contributes to this pressure is the size and elasticity of your artery walls. Now, you can't just subjectively say how big or elastic your artery walls are. You have to have what's known as a coronary calcium scan, which is a CT scan that takes photographs of your arteries to determine your health. So, that is how blood passes through your heart and around your body. Blood pressure is the amount of force on the artery walls by the pumping blood. Now, in usual cases, the pressure is greatest when blood is pumped out of the heart into the arteries. When the heart relaxes between beats, so blood is not moving out of the heart, the pressure falls in the arteries. High blood pressure, as known as hypertension, means that your blood is pumping with more force than normal through the arteries. Now, as I said previously, high blood pressure is called the silent killer because you can have high blood pressure and not know about it. Typically, you can have no symptoms. And this is the issue. You're getting on with your life, working, socializing, possibly bring up a family, and all the while your arteries are adapting to this continual high blood pressure exerted on it. Now, with prolonged pressure comes damage to the artery walls, making it easier for your arteries to get clogged up with fatty plaque known as atherosclerosis. This, guys, is stroke and heart attack territory. In a moment, I'm going to discuss some common factors that encourage high blood pressure. But before I do that, be sure to like and subscribe to my channel, where I share all the tools and tactics you need as a busy professional or entrepreneur to build sustainable health whilst developing your career. Before I talk about what causes high blood pressure, it's important to know that you can measure it at home for under $15. This device, a blood pressure monitor, fits around your arm and takes a measurement, giving you a top number, systolic, and a bottom number known as diastolic. For time-strapped busy professionals, that is a godsend whilst getting a quick update on how your body is doing. If you do a reading for 14 days and do a reading just after you get up and at lunchtime and just before you go to bed, you can get a good understanding of how your blood pressure is. The top number, the systolic, is the highest pressure against the arteries as the blood pumps. This is the amount of pressure in your arteries during the contraction of your heart muscle. A normal systolic level is usually between 110 and 130 mmHg. The bottom number, the diastolic, is the pressure against the arteries as the heart relaxes and fills with blood. This is the lowest level your blood pressure reaches as your heart relaxes between beats. Again, ideally, a normal systolic pressure is between 70 and 80 mmHg, millimeters of mercury. By taking these readings, you can start to see trends. Are you always at a normal level? Are you consistently out of range in the systolic or diastolic? Or are you always in the hypertension range? This is what we want to get to as a busy professional, having metrics to track our health as we forge our career. A blood pressure monitor is a great metric to keep an eye on. As high blood pressure can lie undetected, it is worth noting what common behaviors can cause high blood pressure rather than looking at what symptoms to look out for. The top lifestyle related causes of blood pressure are alcohol consumption, high salt intake, smoking, poor diet, prolonged stress, and physical inactivity. When looking at smoking and salt intake, the primary factor is the constriction of blood vessels known as vasoconstriction. We want dilation of blood vessels to allow a smooth flow of blood. Anything that constricts that process over time can cause problems. With regards to diet, it is more about the absence of certain nutrients such as potassium and magnesium that causes the issue. Also, numerous studies have shown that the Mediterranean diet has a lot of cardiovascular benefits because it is based on a high consumption of olive oil, legumes, cereal, fruit, vegetable and fish. This diet is low in saturated fat and guarantees an adequate intake of vitamins and minerals. With regards to stress, this diagram shows a good idea to how prolonged stress can lead to a multitude of consequences that elevate blood pressure. You can see small doses of stress is fine, and your brain and body is highly adapted to be able to handle this. When it is prolonged stress, all these things come together to create elevated levels of blood pressure. So as you can see, one of these factors can influence high blood pressure. But here is the kicker. All 6 of these influences I have mentioned are common lifestyle trends with busy professionals and entrepreneurs. So talk about a recipe for cardiovascular disaster. But all is not lost. Look out in the next videos in this series where I lay out exactly what you can do to be a busy professional and have normal blood pressure. And they come next.